What is going on, my Gotham Knights fans? Hope you're all doing well. This is just my quick video just to talk about Gotham Knights briefly and the heroic assault which came out not far off a week ago at the time of this video. Yeah, I thought it's high time. I've just recently completed it with a couple of friends of mine, and I thought it's high time that we give my honest opinion and thoughts of what I think about it. So here we go. Yeah, so the heroic assault, you literally join up with your friends, or you can join up with randoms. It's entirely up to you. You launch it from your main menu. There's 30 floors. You start off at floor 1, which is really easy, I've got to say. Yeah, certainly first 10 floors, if not 14, 15 floors are really easy. You start off in a lobby area there, as you just saw. You access a computer that shows you each floor, tells you what faction you're going to be fighting and what your power level will be that you're going to be facing. And at floor 1, certainly up to about floor 15, 16, we noticed, even on the normal or hard difficulty, it's pretty easy to do still. You can pretty much mow through the enemies. So you select your floor, as you saw there, you go out in a little lift, you come out in like a little cave system, and in each area there are various chests you can collect. It might be 1, it might be just 2, it could be 2 or 3. Certain floors, I think it's floor 10 and then floor 20, possibly even floor 30, there are sometimes 4 or 5 chests I think, and also another chest that is a medical chest, so you get medkits out of them, which kind of gives you a bit of a hint, as we discovered, that you may be going towards a boss fight where you may need the extra heals. And as you can see us doing here, you just use your basic skills to knock out little pipes that are shooting out fire or whatever to block you getting through. Collect your chests. Chest wise, yeah, loot's not great, let's be honest. It's not terrible. A lot of it in your early levels is like as metal, other crafting resources, some basic mods if you get any, basic pieces of gear. We did notice once we got past, I think it's about floor 15, the gear actually started getting a bit better. You do collect epic gear, which is your purples. You can get legendaries, but we did notice that the drop rates for legendaries in this are pretty low. Yeah, it was crazy. Not a mega drop rate for legendaries, so I'm not sure if on the developer side of things that's a deliberate thing or whether they just weren't sure, but all three of us were noticing that it was very lucky if we got a legendary to drop, or even if it was a piece that we wanted. But yeah, just progress through it, do each floor as you're doing it, take it as it comes. And once you hit past each gear level, so you start off at gear level 40, and I think it's once you hit gear level 50, all your blueprints in your crafting and everything that you have while you're in there will actually be deleted. So just be wary of that. If there's a gear piece you want, make sure you craft it before you go into the next floor, otherwise you'll lose the blueprint for it. Certainly once you complete level 30, anything you get there is your level 60 gear, and potentially any blueprints for anything lower than that will be deleted out of your inventory, which is a bit of a shame. We don't get why. It could have just been the same as you do with any other gear that you collected throughout the game. The recipes should just stay there, and if they're too low level you could get rid of them yourself, or you could decide if you even want that piece of gear or anything. But that just seems to be the way it's been designed, which yeah, could be improved on, you never know. Developers may work on this in the future. Hopefully if they see this video they may sort of take the hint from people. As you can see in the background there, it's just showing some gameplay of some of the levels. As I say, varying enemies, from the mobs to the freaks, regulators, excuse me, court of owls. Each floor is different, as I say, slightly different tasks that you have to do, and you also have at the top left there, as you can see, a bonus objective, but a main objective for that area. And it might be when you enter a first stage that it'll say get 3 stealth takedowns without being seen. As long as you get those done, it doesn't matter too much about your bonus objective. You can do it if you want, but we didn't always bother. Get your main one done, and then you can just go ham on everybody, as the saying goes, and just take them all out. as the power increases per level, obviously enemies get more difficult, but as you're increasing in power and gear, they're also increasing. So it's pretty good, it's pretty well designed, don't get me wrong. 30 floors, like I say, and you'll probably notice no matter what difficulty you do it on, that it's probably about floor 15, 16 before you start to feel a difference of, as you can see in the background here, the enemies being stronger. But yeah, loot wise, the loot could do with being a bit better. Drops on the legendaries. You only really get gear that's actually worth farming at level 60. So level 60 gear, which is on floor 30, your final floor. Apparently at the end of it you can just go back and keep farming floor 30 to try and get your good gear. Just bear in mind, as I say, your stuff does get deleted each time you come out of there, so craft that piece of gear if you actually want it once you're in there. And yeah, if you do that, don't think it matters what difficulty you're on, it doesn't seem to change your luck on legendary drops. It's all about the RNG really, unfortunately, and whether it shines on you on that day. All in all, I mean, the fights were really interesting. Even on a lot of the floors you did a similar thing to what you may have done a couple of floors ago, it's still interesting. The enemies are actually fun to fight still, it's very well designed, nice and spread out. You've got a chance to have a breather in between each floor where you've got 2 or 3 rooms. You go back to that starter lobby which gives you everybody's stats for that run. You can get yourself ready, upgrade your gear, add new mods if you need to, and then go on to the next floor. And you can come back to it anytime as well, which is really good. Yeah, so there's plus sides to it, like I say, you can go back anytime, farm it as much as you want or as little as you want, so it's pretty good in that sense. Design wise it's really good, it's really interesting, it's actually fun to play. What are the negatives? Like I say, negative, well, one of the slight negatives would be, like I said, the drop rate for legendaries does seem a little bit low for what we've felt. I know I've heard other YouTubers talk about it, that he's done or they've done 5 playthroughs of level 30, farming level 30, even on the easiest difficulty, even on the hardest difficulty, and I think out of the 5 runs I heard somebody say one time he only got 1 legendary suit. Possibly could do have been a little bit higher, I reckon, on that, but we'll never know, things may change in the future. So it's level 60 gear. The only other negative to it is that once you get out of the Heroic Assault, it's kind of a plus and a negative. The plus side is a level 60 gear your character, if they're not already, becomes an absolute beast. They probably already are, to be fair, your knight, the way you would have designed them, the way you built them. But it makes them even an unstoppable powerhouse basically once you're out in the regular city. The only real big downside to the way that this has been designed is that once you've farmed the Heroic Assault and you've finally got all 3 of the pieces you want, so your melee piece, your range piece and your suit, that when you go back out into the ordinary world and you're fighting your crimes again, doing your side missions, so like your armoured car robberies, your bank robberies, etc., the enemies are really easy to take down, even on the very hard difficulty, and any loot that they drop or loot that you get from chests still drops at the base level at level 40, so it's pretty much useless to you. So the only real sort of negative to this is that it's well executed as a endgame content, but the thought process of the fact that what do we do once you've completed this, you go back into the regular world, all this stuff in the world really, in my opinion, should be dropping at level 60 for you once you've completed Heroic Assault. The game should know in some way that you're wearing power level 60 gear, but a lot of this is due to your player sort of base level, because the base level to reach is 40. That's the way the game's set up at the moment. It just means that world drops out in the regular map only drop level 40. Hopefully this is something they'll change in the future, but yeah, who knows. It seems to be that way at the minute. It's just like, other than farming Heroic Assault to get the best gear you want, there's not really a lot you can do. They need to definitely look at more endgame content, or certainly look at tweaking it so that once you leave Heroic Assault and you go back out into the regular world, that when you farm your side missions you actually get drops. The game registers the level that you're at and you actually get drops for your power and gear level. So overall, if I was to rate this endgame content out of 10, it'd be a solid 8 out of 10. It's well executed, it's very interesting, it's fun to do. You could probably do this on your own, but it's great with a couple of friends, or even 4 of you, it'd be even better. But yeah, not going to give it a 10. It's not quite a 9 because unfortunately, like I say, there are a few little bugs that happened here and there with it. We had a progression issue with floor 19 where we couldn't progress for a while. Luckily that got fixed and we were then able to within the next day. But yeah, the other downsides are that legendary drops could be slightly higher, and endgame content within the open world needs to be of a higher drop level for players to leave Heroic Assault and then carry on playing the regular map. Otherwise they're going to get to a point where players are going to complete a Heroic Assault, get all the gear they want for their heroes, get them to level 60 power at least, gear, sorry, not power, gear level at their high power, and then they're just going to stop playing because it'd be pointless playing in the open world, to be honest. But yeah, that's my honest thoughts for it, guys. I hope you found this useful. If you do, give it a like, consider subscribing for more Gotham Knights content, and if you are still around, I will shortly have a episode for Conan Exiles coming out. It's our Let's Play series that we're doing, which will be episode 7 I believe we're up to, so you may want to go back to episode 1. They're all there on the channel, do check them out, give them a like if you enjoy them, very much appreciated. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed. If you're not subscribed yet, why aren't you? Come join us, you know, we don't judge anybody. We're happy to have new people with us. We're a very relaxed community, as I say, very relaxed channel. We just want to have fun, enjoy playing some different games, bits of Gotham Knights coming up in between other different videos, but our main 2 focuses on the minute. Like I said, I've got a gameplay series on Conan Exiles, and there will be little drops of this in between, either little cinematic videos or little highlight gameplay videos, I call them, of Batgirl, who is my main in the game. I'm trying to get her what I'm calling endgame setup done with all legendary gear in all 3 pieces, so as soon as I've got that, I'll pop that video out for you guys to have a look at. Right, that's it guys. Thanks again once again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy guys, bye for now.